So guys, we are here today again with Kasia. You already know her, or probably you should, because we already released a video with her talking about the theoretical parts of the course. But today we are here to know more about how to get into the school, what the school has to offer to its students. And for that, I will just start asking you, what do I need as a non-pilot to get into Bartolini and achieve my dream?
Basically, we need to differentiate between different types of courses, right? We have modular training where you gain each kind of rating and license step by step in your own kind of time and speed. And we have integrated training from zero to hero, where basically we lead you by the hand and you finish everything within 18 to 21 months, right? With modular, we cannot actually be so sure because, of course, it depends on different factors, how fast you're going to move through each and every module, right? So for both trainings, for PPL, when this is the training that you start for modular course, we organize the assessment, and also for the integrated training, we organize assessments, right? We think this is fair to actually let the students know how prepared they are at the given moment before this training starts, to make sure that the student is going to finish the training without much of a struggle, much of a hustle, and is going to be happy about his own her progress, right?
Okay. So you don't just take in everyone.
No, it's not like give me your money and I will make a pilot out of you. Not really. We need to see how is your numeracy skills, so maths and physics evaluation. How is your English going? Because all our training is conducted in English, so you need to be able to understand and comprehend sometimes quite specialistic and quite complex information. So those are the areas that we focus on mostly during the assessment.
Okay. And for medical exams, do you guys give a guide to your future students where they can get their medical license?
Yes, we do. So the medical, of course, is like a legal requirement to begin any kind of training. Class 2 for PPL or class 1 for integrated training or the complex training for CPL. We do have some cooperation with medical centers in Poland, and we also have one in the UK. We cooperate with Heathrow Medical Centers, of course, EASA certified, so you can do your medical being in the UK under EASA as well. So just contact us, and we're going to guide you who to contact and basically how to start the process. And the same with Poland. In Poland we have LuxMed and this is the private institution in Finland. This is the army.
Okay. So assessment done. You guys have all of your documents. So now, can you walk me through how you guys organize the course, the whitetail first?
So the integrated training generally is organized twice a year. We start with ATPL theory course. So the very beginning of the training, you need to be kind of prepared that you will be, stuck at your desk, focused on the study, and only after finishing ATPL theory, you'll be able to start practical training, right? So this looks the same like within integrated training. This is the program for integrated, no matter if you are a mentor, Ryanair mentor student, or whitetail student, right? Of course, the difference comes with Ryanair Future Flyer Academy mentored students, because, for example, during the IR stage of their training, they use Ryanair-related SOPs. All the manuals are provided by Ryanair. So the practical training in the later stages is a bit different, right?
Okay. So about the hours you guys are given, the flying tie, and also the MCC. What can you tell me about it? Do you guys do the MCC in the school? Are you guys sending your students for foreign countries to do the MCC, and what MCC is provided?
So we also have our own APS MCC training, but we generally prefer to send students to AFA in Dublin, to Airline Flight Academy. Not only because we have this kind of cooperation with them and we really trust the quality training being done there, but also because it's of course related to Ryanair. And as we are a partner school, majority of our students actually are willing to go to AFAS to if they haven't been mentored for the very beginning of their training, they would like to become ones for APS MCC.
Okay.
And how many hours? Well, for integrated, we have the minimum of 220 hours flight time. But of course, as this is built for success, it's not that you will be charged for any additional flight time that you need. If needed, this is on us.
Oh, that's a very interesting thing I heard, that you guys don't require your students to pay more if they have
because we trust our assessment, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
This is why, because we are aware that different people, different students progress differently during their training, and we are aware that the very beginning of the training might be quite difficult for unexperienced pilots, like never have sat in the aircraft. So we are not going to be punishing you because you acquire knowledge a bit slower than the other students, right?
Okay.
This is not our philosophy here. We'd rather want you to progress in your own way, but certainly we will achieve, like, the outcome of it is going to be the same, right?
So that's a good point of the assessment, because I believe some guys might be thinking like, I have to do an assessment. Maybe this school in my country, I don't have to do an assessment. I just go there, pay, and I can become a pilot either way. But then you have disadvantages, because if I might say, I had to pay some extra because I think I failed one flight and I had to pay extra. And I thought that was normal. I didn't think there were schools doing what you guys are doing. So that's nice. That's very nice. And talking about costs, can you give me some of the costs around the courses?
Yeah, sure. So, of course, they might change, right, in the future.
Yeah.
Right now, Ryanair Future Flyer Academy ab initio training is 79,990, so 80,000 without €10. You have €10 for a beer or some kind of dessert. So this is ab initio, and Gateway 1, it's 49,990. However, that deal applies, of course, this is with the type rating, right, together, because Ryanair introduced this new deal. And I have some exciting news for the UK citizens and Ireland citizens, because Ryanair needs to have UK-based pilots. So if you're willing to be based in the UK, Ryanair decided to partially sponsor your training for the type rating. And then the training is even less expensive, right? So basically for ab initio, it would be €67,000.
67.
With the type rating included.
Okay.
Out of 80.
Okay.
Right? And the Gateway 1, so multi-engine CPLIR, APS MCC, advanced UPRT, and the type rating afterwards is €34,900. 34,900 euro. Sorry.
Okay. We paid 65.
So it's like, what, 13,000 less, more or less?
Yeah, it's very cheap. It's much cheaper. It's very much cheaper.
So if you still haven't heard about it, send us an email, because this is really exciting.
Yeah, I can see. I might say that we expend more or less 100,000 on the course. I'm doing my type rating this October plus 30k, so 70k for the course, 30k for the type rating. If you add up some more expenses here and there, that's a very good price.
It's adding up to it.
Yeah. Now I got a bit
speechless for a moment.
I think I should have. I think I should have guarded my dream for like 3 years later or something.
Who would have known, you know?
But those, I believe you just said this, but those 80k, just to sum it up, it's the course itself, like everyone knows it. But the MCC, it's the APS MCC for Ryanair, which costs
40 hours.
Which costs 6,000 out of the school. If you want to play AFSA, it's 6,000. I know because I wanted to do it. So, and the 30k type rating for the 737.
Yeah, like outside.
Outside. Yeah, if you do it outside through Ryanair, it's 30K, but here you have all mixed together. Yeah.
Yeah, and like regarding the cost, generally, what we give you, the price that is given is the final price, right? So basically, there are no kind of hidden costs like related to flight training. All the landing fees are covered. You don't have to worry about fueling, handling, nothing, basically, right? What is not included is, of course, the final examination, because the final exam is not a part of your training. You can choose not to do your exam with us, right? It's your choice. So we do not include this in the budget. Also, we cannot include the CAA fees, so Civil Aviation Authority fees, because they tend to change depending on different authorities, right?
And completing these, how did you name it? The course, the Ryanair course?
Ryanair Future Flyer Academy.
Ryanair Future Flyer Academy, because we are used to the method. So
yeah, that's the old one. Yeah. It took me a while as well. Don't worry.
Ryanair Future Flyer Academy.
Yeah.
Okay, Future Flyer Academy. Do your students ending the course go straight to Ryanair? Straight up, no assessment needed.
Well, yes and no. So basically,
they need to do the technical assessments.
I believe HR assessment.
HR assessment, okay.
Because legally, like this is a legal requirement that before being hired by any kind of company, you need to have some kind of HR check. So I believe that Ryanair still reserves the right to actually selectively check a couple of candidates, right? But like the grounds of it is that you just pass the first assessment, work the mentored school. You start the training, you receive conditional job offer, right? And the condition of the job offer is, of course, finishing the training successfully, right? So this is one of it. And then you can actually treat it that you are already hired. So how you present yourself and perform during the training is also going to be kind of taken into account by Ryanair later on. So you have to be treated very seriously. Like every single day you're coming for the training, you must be aware that it's going to be evaluated.
Just in the matter of curiosity, I don't know if you can tell me that, but do Ryanair like really check the students, like their debriefs? Is like that's something?
So.
Okay. Yeah, but that's nice. I don't see it in a bad way. So you really need to be
like if you don't have anything to hide, like rather like on the other hand, like you would like to show off what you know.
Yeah, and people need to be on their toes, because they can't just come do an assessment and think that they are already on a huge company like Ryanair. It takes more than that. And what would you say that? Yeah, the answer now is kind of obvious, but what would you say that gets your courses apart from the other?
Well, the price, for sure. The quality training that we offer here, like the safety that we really pay attention to safety standards and to the standardization of our instructors and staff here. And I think that from the very beginning, the students feel sometimes I think they don't really like it, but they feel that this is something professional and serious, right? That we have those SOPs, that we have those kind of procedures to go through. Sometimes they really kind of, they complain that it's just too much. I don't really need to know it, right? But later on, if you know it already, if you learn it by heart, like at the very beginning of your journey, later on, it's just like a refresher of your memory, right? You just need to, go back what you learned. You don't have to learn this from the very beginning, from scratch.
Yeah, it is.
So for the company like Ryanair, this is like the huge save of the type for the retraining of this.
Yeah, it is going to catch you one day or another. Yeah. To be honest, yeah, we did the technical interview, and it was questions from back in the day, like meteorology, ATPL questions I didn't even remember, and I needed to study it again. But it was like you said, it was just a refresher, not
exactly
studying it from scratch,
Yeah, I would also like to add that, not to mention we are a flight school. We are also AOC. So students can actually observe that their careers can be built here, right? It's not only Ryanair, it's not only the airline, but they, of course, if they're performing well during their study, they might be invited to become our flight instructors or later on promoted to Cessna pilots, right? For
that's something we could see these days. That's something we could really see these days. I don't think I met an instructor that was not from Bartolini or maybe in Bartolini.
Yeah.
At least for these days. Surely we have maybe one or two. But for what we could have seen from this week, there was not much.
It really helps with standardization because they were our students. They know it from the very beginning. They know what we expect, and later it's easier for them to actually convey this kind of message and knowledge to the future pilots. Also, you probably noticed being on the other side in the hangars that we have our own maintenance base. So it's also quite beneficial for the flight school to have its own in-house. We don't have to send the aircraft anywhere else. So of course, in the consequence for the students, they don't need to actually wait for the aircraft to be transported somewhere, right, if needed. We build our own simulators as well. So as you can see, we are growing and learning all the time, and we are ready for the new students.
So thinking about these interests of Ryanair to start doing all this stuff with schools, starting to link up with schools, giving mentored courses, as you say, they're doing this with the UK, like financing part of the course. Do you believe this will be the future for Ryanair, for them to create these ramification of schools that kind of teach students to become Ryanair pilots?
Yeah, I believe so because they notice how much resources they're saving because of those mentored schools.
Okay.
What they need to do is just check the candidates selectively, provide them with a type rating, and they have a ready-made pilot, right? So they don't need to spend the time retraining the students. Before the mentored training was kind of invented, like this whole idea came out. I think that the overall assessment pass rate with Ryanair was 20% or 30%. So imagine like having a day of interviewees and only 2 or 3 of them are passing, right? So having said that, I believe that, and this is what I heard as well, that in the future Ryanair wants only mentored students flying in their cockpits, right? So that is also the reason why they are opening more new mentored schools.
That was something very interesting I saw in the school, and it kept resembling in my head that the way you operate is very similar to what I think Ryanair is. I'm not yet a Ryanair pilot. I am doing my type rating in October, but of course we already have some information on the company and how the company operates, and it's like you guys are very similar. Like this standardization thing, the way you try to keep your house filled with people that were created in here, that studied in here. I wouldn't say that. I would actually say that people would leave Bartolini with the standard mentored for Ryanair.
Some kind of mindset.
Yeah, the kind of mindset for Ryanair, totally for Ryanair, because of.
Yeah, that's the main focus, right? So, frankly speaking, we are like 100% focused on that kind of a training, right? For the future airline pilots. So basically speaking, it's sometimes difficult if student is coming only for PPL training, right? Because later on we really struggle providing training to such students, right? They are not ready. They are not kind of aware how the training is going to look like. They think it's going to be like Aero Club kind of flying. So it's good weather, let's go fly. Not really, right? They have to go through the procedures, prepare the flight in the system, stick to some kind of operational rules, and to wear the uniform as well, right?
Yeah, that was a nice thing.
So
in our school, no one wears the uniform.
And in the airline, we have.
In the airline, they're going to wear.
I don't know if you have read our SOPs, but the uniform policy is quite strict, and we really kind of obey it here.
I believe. And actually, there was a curious thing today that we were flying with Adam, today, so it was very nice. And he was showing us the SOPs, and he told us that the SOPs in Bartolini are actually verified by Ryanair. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. And I think it's all. I think it's all for today. And I need to thank you once again for appearing and for explaining us a little bit more about the school. And thank you guys for being there again or for the first time. I hope you like it. And that's it.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. Bye.
So guys, this will be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed and understood more about the courses Bartolini is offering. I would also like to give a huge thanks to Kasia once again for helping us and for making the time for these interviews. We are not yet finished with Bartolini. There is a lot more to come, so stay tuned for this week. Leave a like, a comment, and subscribe.